All right. So we're going to do some practice finding all this information about isotopes using the periodic table, figuring out how many subatomic particles are present in any given isotope and atom. So I thought I'd make a little kind of short list for you guys to check and see where you find this information. Okay. So first thing, atomic number. You just look this up on the periodic table. Okay. If you know the chemical symbol or the chemical name, you can look it up on the periodic table. And if you don't know the chemical name, but you know the atomic number, then you can find that on the periodic table. The mass number is going to be your protons plus your neutrons. And remember, the mass number itself is not going to be on the periodic table. You're going to have the average atomic mass, whichever number that's closest to, whatever whole number that's closest to, is the mass number of the most common isotope. Okay, so remember that distinction. It's not the mass number on the periodic table, it's the average atomic mass, which you can then discern what the most common isotope is. Okay, it's a little tricky on that part. The number of protons is the same as the atomic number. Super easy. Find it on the periodic table. Number of neutrons, you got to do a little bit of math here, but not much, right? When you know the mass number, that's the total number of all the particles in the nucleus, so protons plus neutrons. So if you subtract out the protons, then you know the number of neutrons. All right, the number of electrons is going to be the same as protons as long as it's a neutral atom. If it's a charged atom, then it's going to be different. Charged atom we call ions, and we'll get into those more next unit. Okay, so here's a little cheat sheet on where to find this info. Okay, so then you got some practice here. Practice on finding this information. Each row gives you a little bit of information about the isotope, about the atom, and then you can use your periodic table and your know-how and knowledge to fill it out. I'll show you how to do the first one here, and then I will let you guys try it out. All right. So we're given the elemental symbol. So Al. If I look that up on my periodic table, that's aluminum. All right. And let's see. Yeah, atomic number I can find on the periodic table. Mass number, protons plus neutrons. Number of protons is the same as the atomic number. And then if we want the number of neutrons, we take the mass number divided by or minus the protons, sorry. And then number of electrons, same as protons. Because unless it tells us otherwise, we're assuming this atom does not have a charge. All right, so if I look up aluminum on the periodic table, I find out that its atomic number is 13, which means it has how many protons? 13, same, okay? Now, they already gave us the number of neutrons. So to get the mass number, we just add the protons and the neutrons, 13 plus 14, boom, mass number of 27, okay? Then we have a neutral atom, so our number of electrons needs to balance out the number of protons, so it's going to be the same, boom, 13. All right, there we got all our info on that one. And if we wanted to make this notation complete, we'd write the mass number, 27, up and to the left on aluminum. We could even write the atomic number down here if we wanted, 13. All right, so that's our isotope we just found all the information on. Pretty straightforward and simple. You guys practice it, see if you run into any trouble. But I think you got all the tools you need. You can always rewatch the videos if you want. Check your notes. Don't just guess. If you're guessing, that means you don't understand it. So find that understanding first, and then you don't have to guess.